Welcome to the 2023 48-Hour Film Race Survival Guide. Today we have Philier here, our very own Springbok fly half. And he is actually an actor who's been in one of the 48-hour film races. So we're going to ask you a few questions to guide us on how to work with actors, some tips and tricks for actors as well. And then also just to discuss how to win that Best Actor prize.
Yeah, the Best Actor prize. That's an interesting thing. I mean, the year I acted, let me start the story like this actually. So people also always wonder how to approach and how to approach an actor or get someone to play in your film. So Jan Hendrik, whose film I played in, he actually has never seen me acted, I think. And he phoned me up and said, listen, Philier, I hear you can act. Would you mind being in the film? And then sort of, that was it. He sent me the script. I could go through the script tonight, and then the next morning we got together and we started shooting this film, which most probably explains why I didn't get the Best Actor award. Cara. But sort of, yeah, the question is normally, I think for guys on your side, is how do you approach and how do you get the actors? For Jan Hendrik, he went on a glitch. Maybe he's seen some of my films that I've done before, but it worked out quite well, and he got a young girl from friends that he knew who was very interested in acting at a school stage, and me and her played opposite each other, and the chemistry was quite lacquer. But I mean, if you think you've got 48 hours, for me, pre-production is ultimately the thing. For example, in George, we've got the arts theatre. Perhaps beforehand go and see what actors they are, who are interested in participating. And then obviously, everybody knows someone hot. So I mean, if you want to go for the model sort of thing, then you can do that as well. I mean, if I was on your side of the thing and producing, I'd ask my wife. You know, that's sort of just the way I would approach it. She's very hot. But you want to make sure that there's a chemistry and that people understand subtext, and I think with a lot of actors that's something that they don't know is subtext, and that awkward and silent moments are there and can be used in your voordeel, Afrikaans word. But that is sort of, I mean, it's a difficult thing. I've never thought about it, is where do you get your actors from? Check in your area, in your vicinity, go to schools perhaps and see who are the drama clubs. Speak to them and say, are you interested in playing in this? It's exposure. I mean, there are prizes to be won.
And there's a lot of talent around, eh?
In all different areas, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so, I mean, from my side as being like a director-writer, to give some advice on how actors would like to be prepped for their roles, because obviously it's 48 hours, you write that script Friday night, and basically the next morning you get given that script.
Yeah.
What kind of preparation or guidance can directors give to actors to make it easier for your job?
Yeah, so the nice thing with Jan Hendrik is he sent me the script as soon as he was done with it. He said to me, give it a bit of a read, I can chop and change a little bit if I wanted to. And then the nice thing is he didn't do it in the Semron way where I had to be sort of on words exactly as it is there. Because I mean, everybody in essence, we're busy winging it for 48 hours.
Yeah.
So he gave me a lot of freedom and to play with my character and with a girl as well, to sort of give her a bit of tips on how I would approach this. For a director, tips to give to an actor is sort of, don't be scared, don't hold back on what you want to say. You only have that amount of time. So if you want something done this way, say it as it is, have a quick discussion. It doesn't have to be a whole long discussion, but my character you didn't have time to do characterization. So go with what the director sort of wants and have a creative, open-minded way of going forward with it. And think sort of different. Everybody gets a script, they read it and they're like, oh yeah. Everybody sort of does it the same way, but I always try and see what is the opposite way to approach a character so that it is unique, so that you can get that prize that Cara never gave me.
Yeah, that's really good advice. I think a lot of times for me as well, when I'm writing the scripts, something that I've found is when you are dealing with amateur actors or people that are still new to being in front of the camera, sometimes it really helps to write the characters for them. Make sure you know your actors' limitations as a writer-director. Make sure you understand what they can do, what they can't do. Not everyone is Daniel Day-Lewis, not everyone is Adam Sandler, so make sure that you can write it in accordance with how they can act and bring that character to life.
Yeah. I think another thing is that I've learned at a young age is people want to become actors, but then sort of when they come in front of the actors, they scum or they don't want to do something. The day I decided I'm going into this industry, I've decided that whenever I get on a set, for example, here we shoot Omasari, and I had to play a doctor at a stage, and I decided to make the Oak a drunk doctor, you know? So you must be able, mooi Afrikaans, om je naam met 'n plank te slaan. I don't care what people think of me, I don't care what I do in front of a camera, as long as it's unique, as long as it sells, not sells, but as long as it comes over unique, then I've done my job, you know? It's something that people will remember.
So just something to keep in mind, you are only allowed 3 speaking actors, but remember, you're allowed as many extras as you'd like, as long as they don't have dialogue. So fill those scenes with people. It really adds a lot to your production value to have people in your scenes filling those spaces. And remember release forms. This is very, very important, guys. So make sure all your actors, anybody on screen has signed a release form, and have that paperwork ready by the deadline. Thanks so much, Fulia.
Release, Jan Hendrik never let me sign, can I see?
Well, you never won the Best Actor Award, so maybe if you did, maybe.
Then